Hi, I'm Ben from Sundowner RV. Today we're going to have a look at our Hilltop H18 caravan. So this is originally designed from our 17.5 foot Hilltop feather top, and it's been done as an off-road with a 6-inch extension to make the bathroom a bit bigger, get the washing machine in, and then all the off-grid, off-road extras on it. So we're not going to go through all the features of the caravan. I'm just going to really look at the extras that are on this that aren't on our normal standard feather top build. So let's start with the wheels. So 16-inch wheels as standard, but it's Cruisemaster XT suspension. So if you come over here and have a quick look under the van, you'll see we've got the coil spring and 2 shock absorbers. So it gives you a lot of clearance and also lifts the caravan up a bit higher, so you've got better entry and exit angles. And while you're there, you can see that we've got the grey water tank under there, and that's the purple tank, and 2 95 litre tanks. The 2 95 litres are standard, of course, and the grey water is an optional extra on the standard build, but standard on the H18. And while we're having a look at it, this is a new thing on the Hilltop caravans. So these legs, which have got this ratchet system, which goes up and down, and the winder, which gives us much more range of movement, so we can go up and down further. So that's a real win as far as I'm concerned. We've done this one with the composite sides, so standard inclusion. So that's the 2 pieces of aluminium with an insulating layer in between, and nice smooth flat sides. So a little bit heavier than the standard aluminium, more impact resistant, and beautiful smooth look about it. We've got the bug lights, so they're not really bug lights, anti-bug lights. So they can be either white or yellow. Yellow, the idea is that the bugs can't see yellow and they're not attracted to them. Most bugs, I think, got the memo and they don't go to yellow lights. Some still seem to, but overall they work really, really well to not attract the bugs. So let's go up to the front of the van and have a look at what we've done up there. So what we've done here, we've extended the drawbar. You've got the mesh infill, which is standard, but we've got all this extra space behind the gas bottles. So that could be used for hoses, firewood, anything like that, or we can install a range of different boxes in here. Coming up the front, we've got the DO35 hitch, so that's your fully articulated hitch. And on the front, we've got the work light across the front. We've got composite panel in front here, plus the composite light over the top. So that is, again, looks great and impact resistant, mainly thinking about hail, but also for stones and things. It's going to be more impact resistant than standard aluminium. Let's have a look at the back of the van now. As you can see, we're in our showroom. We'll just watch out for the trees. So coming around the back, we've got a work light on the back, which is on at the moment, so hopefully that's not too blinding. Again, composite over the top of the van. The rear bumper here, we've done a 3-arm bumper. So if we want to put a second jerry can or a second spare wheel, it's all set up ready to go, strong enough to do that. There's one more thing that I need to show you here on the outside. If you can squeeze through there, is that because we've extended the caravan by 6 inches, given it the bigger ensuite than the standard 17.5 foot Hilltop, we've now got room for the generator hatch. So generators or whatever you want to store in there, but we think of it as a generator hatch. So as you can see, lots of extra gear from the standard van. Probably the other thing I should point out while we're here on this side, down the side there, it's a bit hard to see because we're in our showroom, but we've got the double battery box. That's got 2 150 amp hour lithium batteries in it, and we'll talk about that a little bit more when we go inside the van. Let's go inside and have a look what we've done in there. Alright, I come. I'm going to keep the door shut because being in our showroom we've got all sorts of noises happening out there, so try and keep it as quiet as we can. So there's really a lot to see in here, and don't hold me responsible if I miss something because there's heaps of extra stuff in here. So I'll just try and go around and quickly show you what we've got, and then if you want to know more, come in and see it, give me a call, we'll help you with it. So we've done the Timberlook bench tops, which is not standard. We've done the black sink and taps, and then we've got the filtered tap there as well. So That's filter between the water tanks or the hose, and this outlet to the tap here, and that outlet is straight from the tanks or from the hose. Having a look down here, rather than the normal oven, we've done a convection oven. So my understanding is that's a microwave or normal oven, so it can be either, so it's all in one. Very efficient use of the space. The air conditioner, that is standard. That's the Dometic 7, so that's in all our new Hilltop caravans. The fridge, I'm going to swap places with you because the fridge is awesome. So this is the 274 litre compressor fridge. So really, like a home fridge, it's huge, it's beautiful. I love it. That's what I've got in my caravan. The ensuite. So it is a full ensuite shower and toilet, but rather than the 17'6", we've extended it now by 6 inches, which has allowed us to, just get these decorations, has allowed us to have the washing machine here. So it's got 3.5 kilo top loading washing machine. Again, like in the living area, we've got black sink and taps with the timber bench top, which is beautiful. I really love it. And we've got a mirrored shower door, which is probably a bit hard to see in the camera, but you can probably see me in the camera there. So, and then of course in the shower we've got the black tapware and surrounds and all of that. So coming back out, we've done the L-shaped lounge. That can be standard if you want, that's not an extra cost, but we've done L-shaped, which slides, spins, goes down to make a bed. Comes with the tick cushion, that's the cushion that makes that into a bed. Black handles, which is part of the whole black pack. And coming over here we've got the Dometic DRS, so that's the dust reduction system. So that gives us positive pressure filtered air into the caravan, so that when you get on those red dirt, bull dust, those sort of roads, you don't have your caravan filling up with dust. It actually keeps air always pushing out of the van, so dust can't come in, and that's always working whenever you're travelling. So that works like a snorkel up on the roof, and the air is forced in and positive pressure throughout the van. So that's a winner. I'm going to grab a seat and just quickly tell you about the battery inverter system. So swap places with me again. Okay, so I'm going to just move the table, as I can do with these, that right there, with these new Mapper table legs. And I'm going to jump in here and sit down because it's a bit easier. I've got to explain, to use my hands when I'm explaining the battery system. So what I've done in here is I've done 2 150 amp hour lithium batteries, which are mounted on the chassis in front of the wheels. And then I've got 3 200 watt solar panels on the roof, so 600 watts of solar. We've got a 2000 watt auto switching inverter, so it's a Projector IP2000. So that will, if you have mains power connected to the van, it will bypass, goes to the inverter, it has a bypass switch in it, so it'll bypass the inverter, put your 240 volts throughout the caravan. If you are not connected to mains, then the inverter will switch on and it will give you 240 volts throughout the caravan from the batteries, and that includes to the air conditioner. Of course, there's going to be limited time how long you can run the air conditioner for, because it does use a lot of power, but you should get several hours of running time. It will depend on temperatures, but they do work quite well off the batteries. So in order to get that charged and optimize our charging from the car, we put a RedArc, I love the RedArc product, 40 amp DC to DC charger. Now that DC to DC charger will combine power from the 600 watts of solar on the roof, power from the Anderson plug, which is coming from the car, and it's also got an Anderson plug under the van to connect portable solar panels too. So whatever power is coming into the RedArc unit from those 3 sources, it will combine it to maximise your charge into our lithium batteries. And then so that we know what's going on with our batteries, we've put in a Victron BMV 712 battery monitor, which has a monitor in the caravan, which I'll show you in a moment, and it also has an app which is so easy to use, which tells you at all times how much power is going into the batteries, how much is coming out of the batteries, if you're not on mains, how much time you've got left with your current usage, and what percentage of power you've got stored in your batteries. And that's really important with lithium batteries, because having a simple monitor that measures the voltage on the batteries doesn't really tell you how much power you've got stored in them. So you do need to have that there. Let's just have a look at the monitors. So I'm just going to find them. So here we go. So in this cupboard here, that was a good guess. So up here we've got that's our Victron battery monitor. So it's got the screen in the caravan, which tells me what's going on with the batteries. But really, because I've got the same one in my van, I use the app normally. It's an NOM Anti app, but
that app works really well. It's really useful, so I'm not completely anti-app, even though I'd like to think I am. And then this is our projector inverter screen. So that allows us to turn the inverter on and off, and also tells us what's going on with the inverter. Beyond that, we've got our 12 volt fuses, so that's pretty standard in these vans. They've got a light if you blow a fuse, so you know which one, and our water tank gauge, our water pump, and our hot water service to run on either gas or electricity. So a little bit of a rushed look all around, but otherwise I'll be talking at you for hours. So it's a beautiful caravan. It's got all the gear on it for getting off grid, for being, if you want to go on that trip to the middle of Australia, Big Red Bash, Monday, where you're going to get away from everything and you still want to be able to use your coffee machine, your hairdryer, whatever it is off 240 volts. This is the van for you without going to a huge van. So it's still compact, just over 18 foot. I think it weighs roughly 2,300 kilos empty and has a maximum weight of 2,800 kilos. So come and have a look at it at Sundowner RV.